Welcome to the second video in this series about sales. In the previous video we spoke about the mindset for sales, and today we're going to speak about tonality. And tonality is really cool. Here's a little bit of research that's been done. If you do a phone call, you're doing cold calling, you're doing sales through the phone, 80% whether they're going to say yes or no is based on your tonality, and only 20% is based on the words you use. And if we're having a face-to-face meeting, only 7%, on whether they're going to say yes or no, the way they react, will be the words you use. And the rest will be tonality, and it will be about your body language. So tonality has a huge impact on sales. So as I said in the previous video, we have all these people setting the best script that will skyrocket your sales. It's 7 or 20% of the actual, the total package. So let's really focus on tonality first before we can think about the words. Now, we basically have 3 types of tonality. And tonality means that our voice, the way that we speak, right? How high we are, the pitch, how our pitch changes during a sentence. And the first one we're going to speak about is when our voice is going up. Normally, when we ask yourself this right now. If you ask a question, what happens to your voice? And what normally happens is our voice goes up at the end of a sentence. So, how are you, right? We go up with our voice as we ask a question. But there is something that's very important in this. Because when our voice goes up, we do 2 things. First of all, it's very friendly, right? How are you? How have you been? Right? It's a very friendly way of speaking. But it's also a way where we show that we either want to build rapport or that there's a difference in authority. We're below the person we're speaking to. And that is very important to know, because when you think about a meeting, if you think about a phone call, in the beginning we have to build up rapport. So in the beginning we really need to play with our voice a bit. We need to let the tone of our voice go up at the end of every sentence. So it's fine to start a bit low, like this, but then, go up. And once we feel that we're building rapport, we can change this, right? Because the second tonality is where the voice stays at the same tone. So think about when you're with a friend of yours and you say, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? It's at the same tone the whole time, which means that we're at the same level, right? And we often have this when we're speaking to friends, when we do other things, and it's very important to notice this difference. We already do this, right? We already do so much of this, but we have to become aware of it so we can use it in a strategic way. So during a meeting or during a call, in the beginning, I had my voice going up. I'm being friendly. Hey, can you tell me something about your business? I go up. But once I feel that there's been some rapport, right, I let it stay at the same level. So can you tell me something about your business? You see how that changes it just by making sure that my voice doesn't go up at the end of the sentence. And then we have the third one, which you can probably guess, and that's when your voice is going down, right? Voice going down means that you are commanding. It means that you are now at a position of authority. So in these videos, what I do a lot is in the beginning, I actually start with going up a bit. Hey, welcome to the video. It's a friendly way. But once I really want to start teaching, once I want to, really want you to listen and to believe what I say, my voice starts to go down. Because it's a way to become, I'm trying to teach here. And if I want you to believe me, if I want you to take action, I need to show that, I'm actually up here and that you have to listen to me because you can learn from me. So by making your voice go down, everything changes. Think about asking a friend, hey, could you open the door? Or could you open the door? It's so much more commanding. It is so much more powerful. And it is very important to do at the right moments. So let's take an example. Say that you are selling digital marketing. I'm using this example because I know most of the people who follow me, either on Instagram or here on YouTube, they are digital marketers. So say that you want to say, hey, have you ever wondered how, what all this fuss about social media is about? Going up. Very open question. And, there's a good chance they say, well, no, not really. That's not what we want. But hey, have you ever wondered what all this fuss about digital marketing is about? I'm going down. It's much more powerful. And you will see the reaction will change. The chance of them, they feel obliged to answer, right? If you let your voice drop at the end of the sentence, they feel like, oh, I have to take action. And they'll probably say, well, yeah, tell me more. So we have to be aware of these 3 types of tonalities. And it's really important to start start in a friendly way, every conversation. When you do the whole voice dropping the whole time, what you will see is that they will probably find you very dominant. And if you don't know them yet, you haven't built rapport, they're just not going to like you and they're not going to say yes. But if you let your voice go up the entire time, you seem a bit insecure. And that's what we spoke about in the last video. We need to be secure. We need to have this abundance mindset. So it's very, very important to make the tonality change throughout the meeting. And with the voice going down, there's one other cool trick you can do. So what we normally do, and we're getting a bit technical here right now, is when you start a sentence where you want to let your voice go down, you start a bit higher than what you normally do. Right? And then after that, it's going to be at the normal pitch, and the last words are going to be lower, but even dropping. So let's use the words voice goes down, right? So it's voice goes down. You see down even drops for me, and that is the way that we can really be commanding. So try this out, practice this, because you need to practice this, and this needs to become sort of your second nature. And that is a very, very important thing. So practice with this, and the last thing about tonality before we end off the second part is having certain words that you really emphasize, right? In every sentence, right, I have certain words that I try and emphasize because I want you to focus on these words. Our brain is very good in getting rid of all the clutter, getting rid of most of the information it gets. So by putting the emphasis on certain words, we can really make sure that those are the words that you can remember. So when I'm talking about the great benefits, the benefits will be the words that I am really putting some emphasis on, right? So practice with this. You can film yourself, which is great. Try and film yourself, see the way that, or even just record yourself, right? And listen to how your voice changes and how that changes your reaction. Practice with a friend who's maybe also doing some business, and really, because once we get better at this, we will become so much better at sales and everything. So there's one more video in the series, and that will actually be about body language. See you there.